Welcome back to another video here on the Co-op Push channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different, and as you can tell, because I got my major award right here and I got my Santa Claus hat on, and we don't have any whiskey with me. Well, we kind of do, because this actually has whiskey in it, and this is actually homemade eggnog, actually the best eggnog ever, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about it. But let's crack it open and get into it. Not too much of a cork pop. Pour some in there. And this is some strong stuff, so let me say that first off. So, like I said, this stuff is homemade eggnog, and there are actually two different types of eggnogs. One is made with Buffalo Trace, and the other one is made with Sazerac Rye. And let me actually look to see which one's this. This one is the Buffalo Trace, that's going to be on my right. And the one on my left is actually going to be Sazerac Rye. So I just poured them all into the glass, and yes, there's two different batches here, and you gotta add a little cherry on top, and as you can tell, this is actually a whole nutmeg, and this actually makes it so much better. I got a little microplane, and we're going to plane it right on top. There we go. So I just put that nutmeg on top, and yes, that has a little bit extra kick on the top end, but also it has a little extra presentation and gives you a nice woof. Oh yeah, smells like eggnog, smells like Christmas, smells like holidays. So let's go in for a taste. Oh yeah. This stuff is strong, and if you guys don't know, I actually didn't make this eggnog recipe. This is actually made by Alton Brown, and this is actually his aged eggnog. And if you don't know what that means, it means that you make it and you let it age in the fridge for months. And actually, I made this batch back in August, at the beginning of August, and now we're in December because this is the holiday season, so I decided to do this video then. But yeah, this is the aged eggnog, and this has been aging since August 3rd. And the longer you age it, the better it gets. I have a batch in my fridge that's been in there since last July. Not this past July, but 2019 July. So that's going to be about a year and a half when I crack it open on Christmas Day, or actually Christmas Eve, whenever I decide to open it up. It's so much better, gets so much more mellowed out and more complex, and it's just amazing. But yeah, this is made with the Buffalo Trace, and let's go in for another taste. That nice creaminess, that Buffalo Trace is right up there, and you get that nice little kick of that Buffalo Trace in there. So now let's go in for a taste of the Sazerac Rye. Oh yeah, that spice is right up there in the front end. Really love it. Great pair with the egg and the milk and everything that's going on there with the nutmeg. And the spice from the rye comes right out there in the front. Honestly, love this stuff. It's just so good. Let's go for another. Remember, the longer you age this stuff, the better it's going to get. I'm actually going to do a video in July on my channel showing you how to make this stuff. Because honestly, if you make it now, it ain't going to be that good for the holiday season. So I'm going to talk about it later in July and do a video on how to make it. Kind of do like a Christmas in July kind of Hallmark kind of style of event for it. But yeah, this stuff's amazing. I really love it, and you have to try it and have to make it. You can actually make it now and let it age for a year, but you have to have space in your fridge, so make sure you're ready for that. But yeah, this stuff's amazing. Let's go back for the Buffalo Trace. Oh yeah, this stuff just screams holiday. Just tastes amazing, creamy, and everything you want. And also one thing, this has been actually sitting in the fridge, so all the bubbles from when you make it, it gets very frothy, kind of like when you make like a latte and you got that foam milk. When you make it, it gets very frothy, and it doesn't have the bubbles after it aged, because honestly all the bubbles work its way out. And you can actually whisk it or get it frothed up again in a mixer and whatnot. I prefer not to have the bubbles. It makes it a little more smooth and a little more velvety, in my opinion, though, but it's all person's opinion, and if you want to have it more foamy, you can have it more foamy. Honestly, the Sazerac is my favorite, but honestly, I made it with Buffalo Trace. I'm going to actually make a batch of Elijah Craig, because if you don't know me, and as you look here, I'm a huge Elijah Craig fan, and I'm surprised that I haven't made it with Elijah Craig. But yeah, I'll be making with Elijah Craig. This stuff's amazing. definitely pick up some eggnog if you haven't tried it before. The store stuff is alright, but it is not compared to this stuff right here in my glass. This stuff just tastes amazing. Got that creaminess, got the eggs in there. That typical eggnog, but it's actually really, not really boozy, but it's very pungent on what it is. So yeah, this stuff's amazing, and I know you guys can't really try it, but if you're local to me and you know who I am, send me a message. I'll get you some of this eggnog, because I actually have a lot of this in my fridge because I love this stuff a lot and I like sharing it with people. Let's go for another. Oh yeah, that nutmeg right on top adds a little extra kick. You do a little nutmeg bay on top of this drink. This creaminess and all the great flavors, and honestly, this stuff does not even compare to anything you can buy in a store or pretty much any bar, like where they actually mix it in a shaker and they froth up the egg and make an eggnog. Honestly, that does not compare to anything what this is, because the aging in the fridge is extra amazing on this stuff. So yeah, down below I'm actually going to include the link to Alton Brown's recipe. And like I said earlier, I did not make this with the typical recipe that he has. I actually made it with straight Sazerac rye and then Buffalo Trace. So 2 separate batches, and typically it has a bourbon, then it has a cognac or a rum. And you actually have 3 cups of each of those. But this time I made it with just Buffalo Trace and just Sazerac rye. So I used 3 cups in the recipe. You'll notice how there's 1 cup of each of those. And I did make the one with the cognac and rum and bourbon, but it was a little funky from that cognac, so I decided just to make one with a rye and one with a bourbon. And honestly, they are amazing. Make some for yourself and let it age until next year, because when you pull it out of the fridge, you're going to be happy you made it. So thanks again for watching, guys. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, I can't forget, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and all the other holidays that are going on right now. Drink some eggnog, enjoy your whiskey, and see you guys next week. May the best of your past be the worst of your future. Cheers, guys.